The File Cockpit for SAP is an application that provides comprehensive file management for SAP users and administrators. ERP Fit Incorporated is not an SAP partner and is not affiliated with SAP AG in Germany. In this video, we're going to show you why the File Cockpit is going to revolutionize the way you manage your SAP files by saving you time, money, providing added security, and why it might be the only software you need for managing files on your SAP server, all for a tiny fraction of what it would cost to develop. Here's the thing. Most SAP shops use 5 tools to manage their files. Transaction AL11 in SAP is what they use to browse and display the files. Notepad is used to create and edit new text files. FTP clients are often used to upload and download files from the SAP server, which require their own access, their own logons, and are often needed to FTP files outside the company. A PuTTY or a Telnet client is often used to provide shell access so that users can find files or review file permissions or move entire directories. An email client is needed, such as Microsoft Outlook or Lotus Notes, in order to email files outside of the company. There you are, 5 separate applications that, if you look at a lot of developers, they're probably going to have open on their desktop. We're going to show you why the File Cockpit will eliminate the need for all 5 of those at once. If you're going with the status quo and just using the standard setup that so many companies use, you're looking at support and licensing for these different applications, as well as your help desk being required to manage logins, passwords, and accept phone calls to reset them. Also, you end up with people who aren't sure whether they've been editing a file on their desktop or maybe they were editing it up on the server. So there becomes an exposure there to have the incorrect file being worked with. Also, if you're teaching users how to use these tools, such as FTP, and to do this download, edit, and upload, it gets pretty confusing, and the average user just might not be that savvy. The security is a problem too, because if you're giving your developers FTP access and Unix shell access, that's kind of like giving them the keys to the vault and the one-way plane ticket out of the country. There's no trace of file editing, and there's no ability to lock the files. So let's look at the key features of the File Cockpit. It's a single SAP transaction. The authority checks use the standard SAP profile and authority checking functionality. You can control what files, what directories, and what actions each user group is authorized to perform. All in a simple, familiar Explorer type screen that's very familiar to your users, so the learning curve is very minimal. Additionally, SAP File Cockpit manages a historical log for tracking the user actions. You can see who deleted, what file, when, who changed it, who emailed it, who FTP'd it outside the firewall. It's compatible with Linux, Unix, and Windows NT operating systems, and its extendable design features user exits for custom actions. All for one-time, low purchase price for installation. There are no maintenance fees, no ongoing per-user license fees. Key functions of the application include the ability to create, change, display, delete, rename files, or entire directories. You can download, upload, cut, copy, paste files or directories. You can also send and get your files and directories using FTP. Files can be attached to an email using SAP Office, SAP Connect standard functionality. You can also sort, search, download, and print your file list, with many more features to come. So let's get down to brass tacks. How much is this thing going to cost? Well, consider for a moment that a platinum level ABAP consultant would take about 2 months to develop and thoroughly test this application. What does a senior level platinum consultant cost? Well, you can figure that for 2 months his bill would be between $40,000 and $50,000. And we promised you a price that was a fraction of the cost to develop, and that fraction is a tenth. That's right, we're going to sell this to you for less than a tenth of the cost. But let's assume for a moment that you only wanted a small portion of this functionality. Consider a simple help desk request where you're asked to download a bunch of files every week from the SAP server to the network. How would you handle this in your company? One way might be to ask an administrator to do it, somebody who's got authorization to log into the server and pull the files, but doing that weekly, ongoing is not a good solution. What about creating an FTP host on your network drive? I'm sure your network crew could manage that, but then you've got yet another network, another set of passwords, another set of maintenance that needs to be managed, and possible security risks from the FTP being hacked. You could hire an ABAP developer to code a custom program, and in my experience this is what happens most frequently, is they ask an ABAPer to write a simple program, download the files from this directory, put them here on the network server. A simple ABAP program requires writing of a specification, coding, testing, getting through user acceptance, and writing some kind of a user manual. So you've got in-house staff who have to manage that programmer, and you've got your programmer. Even if you're using a low-cost consultant to do the work, that still is going to cost you between $8,000 and $12,000 in-house. So we're going to give you that for much less than that. Our price is only $3,875. That's right, $3,875. That's less than half the price of your help desk ticket to code less than a tenth of the functionality of the file cockpit. That's less than a tenth of the cost to develop this amazing application. So that's not all. The extras we're going to include in this price is our installation. If you want us to log into your system and install it, get it up and running, and execute a 40-step test plan, we're going to do that for you. We're also going to include user training videos and PDF documentation for your end users. All the documentation and training for your in-house developers to extend and enhance the application if desired will also be provided. We're also going to give you free upgrades for a full year. In the next year, we expect to be adding a number of small features as well as any bug fixes and releases, all yours for free for a full year. Your complete satisfaction is guaranteed, and what we guarantee is that you're going to enjoy this application risk-free 30 days. If for any reason you're not completely satisfied with the SAP File Cockpit application, we will refund 100% of your purchase price, so there is no risk to you. Click on the Buy Now button on our page to view the payment options and arrangements. You can either pay by purchase order or you can pay online via PayPal or credit card. Here's what will happen next. You'll receive an email with links to the file to download the end user documentation, our terms and conditions agreement, system administrator documentation file, the downloadable transport file to import into your system, the installation instructions, and a complete test script workbook. We'll also send you a scheduled appointment for one of our experts to log in and remotely do the installation and testing if you desire. Thank you so much. By purchasing from us, you're contributing to a greener landscape. We believe in offering reusable code because we believe it's less wasteful. Why are clients out there developing these little ABAP programs to do these downloads and uploads? It happens from company to company to company, whereas one single application could probably serve all these customers in one foul swoop. It is our mission to help companies be more profitable through strategic development of SAP add-on applications while providing superior customer service from industry veterans. We thank you from ERP Fit and look forward to working with you.